Stick and stab.
Dave the Diver is a creative mix of deep-sea diving and sushi restaurant management that keeps things fresh every day. The underwater sections are calm yet filled with purpose, while the nighttime restaurant work adds a fun sense of urgency. The pixel art style looks great, and the music fits each mood perfectly. There's a good rhythm between action and strategy, making each dive and dinner service feel meaningful. It's easy to get into, and there's always something new waiting, keeping the momentum going without losing focus. Relentless momentum and escalating chaos define Risk of Rain 2. Stranded survivors traverse alien landscapes, scavenging equipment, while enemies grow stronger with every passing minute. Combat rewards movement, target priority, and creative item synergy across each unpredictable run. Randomized drops reshape builds and strategies consistently. Boss encounters demand adaptability and composure under mounting pressure. Stylized 3D visuals and a driving electronic soundtrack amplify the intensity. A dynamic roguelike shooter built on experimentation and calculated risk. OlliOlli World is an exciting skateboarding game which takes players on a trip through the lively realm of Radlandia, where they meet colorful characters and explore several stages. Players may create their character's appearance, tricks, and style, and they can compete in leagues or challenge others to beat their greatest stunts. The game is intended for players of all skill levels, from beginners to pros. Players may also play in leagues where they can learn a sophisticated combo system with over 100 moves to battle against.
Swift death.
Feudal Japan becomes a chessboard of shadows and calculated precision in Shadow Tactics Blades of the Shogun. A disciplined team of specialists infiltrates heavily guarded strongholds, each operative bringing unique abilities that reward creative combination. Missions demand meticulous planning and split-second execution as enemy patrols shift unpredictably. Multiple approaches and optional objectives invite replay with different strategies. Detailed environments and a restrained traditional score reinforce its atmospheric tension. A masterfully constructed stealth title built on intelligence and timing. Deponia Collection delivers a delightfully quirky adventure with its offbeat humor, hand-drawn art style, and clever puzzles. Each title in the bundle brings its own charm while building on the chaotic tale of Rufus and his quest to escape the junk planet. The voice acting is top-notch, and the dialogue keeps the experience both hilarious and heartfelt. With imaginative settings and a satisfying narrative arc, it's easy to get lost in this whimsical world. A perfect treat for fans of classic point-and-click storytelling.
I will use my amazing resemblance.
Risk of Rain Returns is a superb reincarnation of the classic roguelike, including tighter gameplay, more content, and stunning pixel art updates. The fast-paced, growing challenge keeps each run exciting, while the large arsenal of equipment and diversified character pool allow for limitless replayability. Co-op gameplay is significantly smoother, making chaotic clashes with buddies immensely enjoyable. The soundtrack is evocative and fits wonderfully with the game's sense of urgency. With enhanced physics and clever quality-of-life enhancements, Unrailed is a cooperative multiplayer game in which players collaborate to create a train track across dynamically generated environments. They must master random interactions with the people, enhance their train, and keep it from derailing. Each planet is unique, and players must overcome new obstacles to stay on track. You may upgrade your train with a variety of choices, such an atomic engine, Craftswagon, or supercharged. Players can play together with up to 4 others or compete against their friends in a 2 versus 2 game. Dispatch is a moody sci-fi thriller that keeps attention through sharp writing and clever pacing. Choices carry weight, turning small decisions into moments that linger. The art direction sets a tense tone, while the soundtrack quietly supports every scene. Dialogue sounds natural and confident, giving characters real presence. Each chapter pushes curiosity forward, making the journey rewarding and memorable without relying on action alone. Replay value grows through branching paths and subtle details that reward patience. It stays engaging after credits.
We're taking bets on when you'll quit.
Mechanical precision and strategic depth define Revolgear Zero. A versatile mech pilot navigates intense combat scenarios demanding tactical awareness and adaptive decision-making. The gameplay loop rewards careful resource management and precise timing. Boss battles test composure and strategic flexibility under sustained pressure. Upgrade paths and mission variety encourage multiple playthroughs with refined approaches. Clean visual design and a driving electronic score complement the mechanical theme. A critically acclaimed tactical title built on disciplined execution. Sun-baked wilderness and frontier spirit define the relaxed rhythm of Dinkum. Players establish a thriving settlement in an Australian-inspired landscape, balancing resource gathering, farming, and community building. Daily tasks encourage exploration of diverse biomes filled with unique wildlife and hidden treasures. Crafting systems and town upgrades reward consistent effort over rushed progress. Multiplayer support allows shared building and cooperation. Warm visuals and a cheerful ambient soundtrack reinforce its inviting atmosphere. A generous life simulation built on creativity and discovery.
The ink shall flow like a river, cleansing wickedness.
Inkulinati bursts with creativity, blending medieval manuscript art with brilliant tactical gameplay that feels both fresh and timeless. Every battle is a clever puzzle, packed with hilarious animations and unexpected strategies that keep the action lively. The hand-drawn aesthetic is absolutely charming, bringing an ancient world to life with personality and wit. Layers of depth reveal themselves the more one plays, making each decision feel meaningful. It's quirky, smart, and endlessly replayable, a true gem for those who love strategy with a whimsical twist.
Wait, it's my turn.
Retro City Rampage DX is a hilarious, over-the-top throwback to classic 8-bit action games. The open-world chaos is packed with missions, unlockables, and ridiculous weapons that keep gameplay endlessly entertaining. Nostalgic references and pop culture jokes land perfectly, giving each moment a playful energy. The controls are responsive, letting players wreak havoc with ease, while the pixel art style is colorful, lively, and full of personality. Every session is engaging, energetic, and wildly entertaining, keeping players hooked for hours. Children of Silentown is a fascinating and adorable point-and-click adventure game. Lucy, a scared youngster, has reached the age where she may investigate the mystery town and its perilous surrounds. The game has a distinct 2D visual style soundtrack, and a cast of eccentric people and animals to interact with. Players may interact with other children in the village by playing minigames, and there is a cruel cat that is programmed to annoy Lucy at any given opportunity. To solve the mystery of Silentown, the game promotes exploring, puzzle solving, and mastering minigames. Shakedown Hawaii explodes with retro chaos and satirical humor, throwing players into a wild open-world sandbox packed with missions, businesses to take over, and pixels that pop with color. The 16-bit aesthetic pops with nostalgic flair, while the soundtrack drives each reckless move forward. It's hilarious, hectic, and packed with tongue-in-cheek commentary on modern consumerism. A mix of business management and mayhem makes every session unpredictable and addictive in the best way possible.
See? That changes things.
Rough Justice 84 serves up a slick, neon-drenched dive into the gritty world of 80s private security. With its stylish aesthetic and engaging strategy gameplay, it masterfully blends crime-solving with time management in a way that feels both tense and rewarding. The retro soundtrack pulses with energy, perfectly complementing the comic book-inspired visuals. Characters are colorful, voice acting adds flair, and the branching missions keep players coming back. It brings a refreshing twist to the strategy genre with charm, depth, and a distinctly cool vibe.
Thing to discuss. It's big.
Super Crush KO is a fast-paced brawler game set in a future city. Players must negotiate deadly robots, save their kitten, and keep civilization safe from an AI apocalypse. The game has lightning-fast gameplay that blends run-and-gun action with violent beat-em-up fighting. To sustain momentum, players can use strong moves like as ground smashes, aerial assaults, and super beams. The bright world finds inspiration in metropolitan cityscapes and pastel skylines. The game offers an adrenaline-fueled experience with quick reactions and strategic combat abilities. Edge of Sanity is a psychological survival horror game set in the Alaskan tundra. Players are members of a resupply crew for scientists who discover an empty field lab and must investigate the truth about frightening occurrences. The game is rife with craziness, which influences the player's actions and perspective of reality. The player must maintain morale, recruit survivors, and set up food and water stations. They must also consider ways for dealing with their adversaries, such as employing crafting talents and the surroundings to outwit dangers. Barbearian is an action-packed game that keeps players fully engaged. Combat is satisfying, with a wide range of weapons and abilities that make every fight exciting and strategic. Levels are thoughtfully designed, encouraging exploration and clever tactics. The art style is bold and colorful, giving every scene energy and personality. Enemies are varied and challenging, ensuring gameplay stays thrilling without ever feeling repetitive. Fast, intense, and rewarding, this game will keep players hooked for hours on end. Evil Tonight is a survival horror game with a focus on realistic exploration. To uncover Evil Tonight's mystery, players must participate in fight, endure, explore, and solve riddles. In an abandoned performing arts school, players must find things, reveal hidden passages, solve complex riddles, manage limited ammo, and confront nefarious entities. Evil Tonight distinguishes out with great audio-visual components, pixel art visuals, distinct color palettes, handcrafted lighting effects, and an original soundtrack. Shotgun King. The final Checkmate is a brilliantly clever twist on classic chess, turning strategy into chaotic fun. Playing as the king armed with a shotgun, every move feels tense and thrilling, with roguelike elements keeping each run fresh and unpredictable. The pixel art is charming, and the sound design adds just the right punch to each blast. It's easy to learn but challenging to master, rewarding creative thinking and bold tactics. A truly unique indie gem that keeps pulling you back for just one more round. Is This Game Trying to Kill Me is a chaotic delight that blends humor, challenge, and charm in the most unexpectedly satisfying way. Each level is a gauntlet of absurd traps and clever puzzles that had me laughing even as I failed repeatedly. The game's self-aware tone and quirky art style kept things fresh, and the tight controls made every death feel like a lesson, not a frustration. It's tough, yes, but never unfair, and incredibly rewarding once you master its madness. Pure, joyful mayhem with heart. Ender Lily's Quietus of the Nights carries a somber yet striking tone with its hand-drawn art style and atmospheric world. The The combat feels rewarding, with each defeated spirit adding fresh abilities that open new paths and strategies. The melancholic soundtrack complements the scenery perfectly, creating a sense of calm even in tense battles. Boss fights are demanding but fair, pushing careful timing and adaptation. As a whole, it is a deeply memorable journey that lingers long after the credits roll.
You've come to me. There is no shame.
Once Upon a Puppet enchants from the very first moment, blending atmospheric charm with clever puzzle design and fluid platforming. The handcrafted visuals and expressive animations breathe life into every scene, while the music wraps each moment in a storybook aura. Switching between characters feels natural and rewarding, enhancing the experience with cooperative depth. Each level feels thoughtfully imagined, inviting curiosity and exploration. This is a whimsical, heartfelt adventure that surprises with its creativity and captivates with its warmth.
And yet...
Wall World is a clever blend of mining, tower defense, and roguelike elements that keeps each run feeling fresh and addictive. The shifting environments and randomized upgrades make exploration genuinely rewarding, while combat segments add satisfying bursts of intensity. Its pixel art style is charming, and the pacing strikes a sweet spot between action and strategy. Unlocking new tools and perks never gets old, and the game constantly encourages experimentation. It's a compact yet engaging experience with excellent replay value. EchoBlade creates a clever rhythm combat world where sound becomes the player's greatest weapon. Navigating through darkness using audio cues adds a smart twist to dungeon crawling. The puzzles are thoughtfully designed, and each enemy encounter demands focus and timing. With its distinct black and white aesthetic and inventive mechanics, the game keeps attention locked. EchoBlade isn't just another action title, it uses silence and sound in ways few games attempt, creating a tense, focused atmosphere. Science meets creativity in this wonderfully compact puzzler. Little Rocket Lab puts players in charge of designing and launching rockets through increasingly demanding stages that test logic and spatial thinking. Each build requires careful consideration before committing to a launch. Failed attempts never discourage because the feedback loop stays informative throughout. Unlocking new components gradually expands possibilities, rewarding experimentation over repetition. The clean visual style keeps attention focused on problem solving. Every successful launch carries genuine personal achievement. Vinyl culture and musical passion collide in the warm atmosphere of Wax Heads. Players manage an independent record store, curating collections and serving eccentric customers while building a community reputation. The management loop balances inventory decisions with steady discovery of rare records. Customer personalities and preferences deepen the shop's evolving story. Unlockable stock and expanding clientele reward long-term dedication. Nostalgic hand-drawn visuals and an eclectic soundtrack complement its music-obsessed world. A lovingly crafted simulation for music enthusiasts.